Hello, my name's Chris Ely, and I'm the research director at GBTA. GBTA has just published its first poll of 2022 and making it the 25th poll that we have done on the coronavirus and the recovery. And we found some interesting things in this most recent poll, which was fielded just right after the first of the year. And thinking about 2022, we find that 3 in 4, or 75% of buyers, say that they expect that business travel will actually be much higher or somewhat higher compared to 2021. And the same thing, we found the same result for suppliers, with 3 in 4 or 76% saying that they expect business travel revenue to either be much higher than it was in 2021 or somewhat higher than 2021. And I know that right now we're all thinking about the Omicron virus and what impacts that has on every aspect of our lives and the industry. And we asked specifically about the Omicron variant and its impact on business travel. And interestingly enough, sentiment was mixed, with about 45% saying they were reporting that they were just as equally worried about the Omicron variant as they were about the Delta variant a few months back, or they're less worried. 43% say that they're less worried about Omicron compared to Delta. And only about 1 in 10 or 13% reported that they are actually more worried about Omicron. And so thinking about the impact of Omicron in terms of how companies are responding to it, we found that only about 1 in 4 or 27% of respondents said that their company has introduced new restrictions or travel requirements as a result of Omicron. But another half or 52% say that their company has not, and they also don't think that their company is likely to introduce any new restrictions or requirements. And about 1 in 5 or 15% said that they are considering introducing new restrictions or requirements, but their company's not done so yet. And thinking about what the barriers to travel are, with that in mind, not necessarily specifically about Omicron specifically, we did ask in the current environment, what do you view as the single greatest barrier to business travel? And the number one identified barrier was government policies that restrict travel or make it difficult to travel, such as entry restrictions or mandatory quarantines, with 4 in 10 reporting that it's the government restrictions that is the biggest barrier. The second largest barrier, with 1 in 4 or 24%, say that company policies that restrict employees from traveling is the single greatest barrier to business travel. And there is actually a regional split as well. So travel managers that are based in North America are more likely than those based in Europe to say that company policies restricting employees from traveling is the biggest barrier to business travel. But thinking about in terms of another angle, looking at the government policies, we find that more European travel managers that are based in Europe, 6 in 10 say that that government policies that restrict travel make it is the biggest barrier to business travel, compared to those travel managers based in North America, where only 36% cite government policies. So those are some interesting findings that we found from our most recent poll. Please go to gbta.org to see the full results of all of our recent poll and our previous polls. And our next poll will be available at the end of February, and we'll be pushing it out in the first week of February. And so we look forward to your participation, and thank you very much. Bye.